of the United States of America to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And remain standing, please, so we can have a moment of silence for one of our guys, Mr. Bellish's brother that passed this week. And you have our deepest sympathy, Mike, to you and your family.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Before we begin our meeting, we are going to present to Bill Whitaker a presentation in recognition of the Board of Developmental Disabilities for their services to Mahoning County. It is Developmental Disability Week or Month, March 2022. And Anthony, you want to go over, we'll present it to Bill, you want to come over? Yes.
Karen, I'll let him say something.
Oh, let me open the meeting. Sorry, Nance. I thought we did. Anyway, I might as well make this official. I want to open the Mahoning County Commissioners meeting, regular meeting number 9, Thursday, March 3rd, slightly after 10. And we did the pledge and we were going to do the presentation before public comment. So Bill, at this time, do you want to say a few words before you present?
Is it better to do it over here?
Yes, please.
Sure. Make yourself.
Thanks, Nance.
That's okay.
All right. Well, thank you, commissioners. I appreciate you, having me down to celebrate TD Awareness Month. Doing this year over year, and obviously, maybe the previous couple of years we had to do it a little bit differently because of COVID and doing some remote things. So I'm happy to be back here accepting this proclamation on behalf of the nearly 1,500, now say 1,550 now families. Enrollment continues to increase for us. A lot of that through our early intervention department that we brought back in 2015. Saw over 400 children last year between the ages of 0 and 3, with about 215 of those on an actual plan at any given time during the year. So, obviously through your support, you've always been very supportive of our program. We appreciate that. The Leonard Kurtz School continuing to go strong through the COVID. Our staff have been great. Our SSA department supporting, individuals in the residential and their family. Some of our partners out there with Isle and Turning Point and, Rayark. Just can't thank them enough for everything that we've gotten through. And we'll knock on some wood and hopefully maybe we're on the good side of this and get back to some normalcy for folks with our day programs. Kind of opening back up and getting some people back in there in truer fashions of what were kind of accustomed to before the pandemic. But DD Awareness Month, I think President Reagan proclaimed that in 1987, so we're 35 years ago now. We've obviously come a long way, for services for individual developmental disabilities and maybe acceptance and inclusion. But we still have a long way to go. I mean, we know that, unfortunately, you hear some kind of horrific stories every once in a while, but I tell you, if you happen to catch KBN last night, if not, you can probably go on their website. There was a great story about a young man who's an employee of ours, William Clark. He now works for us for the board for our community education advocate. We just actually turned that position at the board meeting Monday night into a full-time position. So he's working for us full-time, hoping. He's been going out into some schools around the 4th grade age doing disability education awareness with students. I'm going to be making a presentation to the county superintendents at the schools at the ESC meeting next week about getting him into more schools. He'd also like to talk to some kids that are around the high school age about advocacy and moving on to the next stage of their life. So if you're not familiar with William, watch that story. It's only a couple-minute video about his life. But, he's a young man who's accomplished a lot in his 28 years of what he's come through. He's a published author. He's graduated from college.
Wow.
So he's done some great things. Yeah, watch that story. That's what it's really all about. Showing people what people are capable of, focusing on the ability, not the disability. So,
and that is so right.
Yeah.
And I really do think today, in our day and age, and how the three of us look at that department, your department, developmental disability department and your schools. that we look at it as part of what we all are and want to make that different than what it was years ago. And I really do feel we're moving in a new direction here in Mahoning County. I really do.
Well, with all of your support of, unfortunately what happened at YDC years ago and advocating to try and keep that open, but that was out of our hands. It is, but I think we've tried to make the best of that situation. Your support of rebirthing that property into, serving people, across, many different, service areas, but we just opened, the center with that TWI, and I know a couple of commissioners, you were able to come out for that open house and all of your support for that. So that's just wonderful. And I can tell you on behalf of our board, how much we appreciate that, because I talk to my colleagues across the state and it's not the same everywhere. I can tell you that.
We hear that a lot.
Oh, we hear that a
Our
lot.
support as
Yeah.
commissioners is not typical.
Well, and when they look at, now I keep saying this, and I know people are probably sick of hearing me say this, but when they look at a disability, whether it's mental, physical, DD, developmental, that's like, we're gonna put that over here in a little box, keep it under the table, because we have to do different things. It's not right, and we have brought it to the forefront.
Absolutely.
And with the campus of care, that brought it to a whole nother level. I mean, that made people aware of what's out there, what kind of programs we want to be a part of that are going to help all kind of people. It's not just developmental disability and mental, it's everybody. So that area is a wraparound service for all.
And we'll actually be showing that off to folks from the State Department of DD in April. They're coming up for our 3-year accreditation review, and we have tours set up so that they can go out and see it.
Would you
Yeah.
check with our office? Maybe we would be able to come.
Okay,
That
great.
would be good.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
Yeah,
It's,
we're all in.
it's April 25th and 26th. I'm not sure what day the tours are set up, but I'll get that confirmed
Yeah,
if you want to.
send us an email.
Yeah, I'll do that. Again, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, don't leave yet. We still got your two. We kind of talk before we get your two.
You want me to move the podium to?
On behalf of the Mahoning County Commissioners, Dave Disler, myself, Anthony Trafficani, want to present this resolution to you for March of 2022 Developmental Disability Awareness Month. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your board service and all your employees. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Guys, do
Thank you.
a great job.
Thank you for your compassion.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take
You want me
care.
to turn this the other way?
Yes, there you
You want to get in the middle?
Sure.
And Dave would be here, but he had surgery.
Oh,
Yes.
He
well,
is
good
not
luck
with
to him.
us today.
He was supposed to be.
Yes, he'll need it. I think.
Carol finally twisted his arm to shut him up.
Oh, God, yeah, he would have been here if he didn't have surgery. Okay, do we have any public comments? And I know we have a representative from Mr. Yostis' office. Do you have any
Yes.
comment?
Thank you, and always feel welcome when I come. Thank you very much, and send greetings and best wishes from the Attorney General. Working around the county, speaking with elected officials and law enforcement about programs that the Attorney General has, some great programs. And right now, top of message is CPT, continuing professional training for law enforcement, and the money that they've received for training the Attorney General with the legislatures sent out funds that's going to pay for half of their training, and all of the training that it's going to be required is going to be available for law enforcement for free online.
Wow,
So
that's
it's
great.
quite a change, yeah. And the commission is still working on how to permanently fund continuing education for
I was
law
just gonna
enforcement.
ask that.
Yeah.
actually. I was gonna say, how much
Yeah,
money are they
Right,
sending?
right now, we're, everything's setting up and then, hopefully, the money was sent directly to the law enforcement. But, I'm sure they'll have a plan all set up for how the funding will work for next year on a continuing basis.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
Send
for-
our greetings back to him as well.
Yeah, thanks for letting me sit in.
Good seeing you.
Good to see you.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing none. Approval of the previous minutes, board meeting number 8, Thursday, February 24, 2022, and approval of bills for payment. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second, roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Advertisement for bids, number 1, engineers. Engineers, number 1.
Tor.
Is anybody, Tara's here?
Yeah.
That's Bruce. Is
They're on.
Pat here?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
Okay, this is advertisement for,
That was, I'm thinking, why is a picture of our boardroom up there? Sorry.
You look all alone in there, Rick.
I am.
A
I
big
feel like
room.
Putin. I feel like Putin. I'm all by myself in here.
You got that right.
I love that. You're exactly correct.
This is our advertisement for bids for our bridge rehab and painting for this year.
Okay, thanks, Rick. Number 2, sanitary, Tara.
Good morning, everyone. This is an advertisement for the Old Winter Trail Pump Station Replacement Project, number 521 in Poland Township.
Okay, thank you. Advertisement for bids 1 and 2. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Number 1, journal entries. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. All right, number 3, agreements, commissioners, O and B. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, travels, my goodness. Can't forget that now, could we?
Michelle.
Number 2, travels, A, domestic relations,
Michelle.
Michelle.
Yes, hi, good morning, everyone. Domestic Court is requesting approval for travels for continuing education and professional development for 2022 as follows. Item A is for magistrates continuing education to attend seminars and conferences. Some will be remote, others require in-person attendance, finally. Amount requested is estimated at $5,000 for the year. Item B is for continuing education and professional development for, we have 3 licensed social workers, 2 for domestic violence. 1 is our family services director. And yours truly, I am not a social worker, but I am assistant court administrator and I go to some Supreme Court seminars. Some are offered remotely and some require in-person attendance, and the estimated cost for the year would be around $1,800. Item C is for Judge Smith for her continuing education and her professional development, as well as her committee work with the Supreme Court and as well as her role as president of the Ohio Association of Domestic Relations Judges. Some are remote, but most of hers are in person, and her estimated expense for the year is $3,500. Most of the expenses are general, non-general, as well as grant funding to the court. And that's it.
Okay, Michelle, thank you.
Thank you.
Number 2, travels, A through C. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second, roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Number 3, agreements, A, O and B.
Commissioners, this is agreement with our strategy group LLC for a multifaceted media monitoring, marketing, creative services and communication in the amount not to exceed $49,900. This firm will help develop some strategies within the commissioner's office for community outreach and in providing informative information to access programs in regards to ARPA fundings and other things that the commissioners do. They'll be working with my office to do that.
Okay, thank you, Audrey. B, engineers, Rick.
Yeah, this is an agreement with Davy Tree Company to perform tree cutting and trimming services on an as-needed basis. It's an estimated amount of $30,000, and that's non-general funds.
Okay, thanks, Rick. C, facilities purchasing, Jimmy.
Good morning, everyone. This is an agreement with AIS Commercial Parts and Service. It's to provide kitchen equipment, repair and services for both Justice Center and Juvenile Justice, the local company and its general fund.
Okay, thank you. Lead, D, E, and F.
D is an agreement with American Pinnacle Construction for lead hazard control work at 133 East Philadelphia in the amount of $31,375. This also includes the City of Youngstown Community Development Block Grant Funds, non-general. E is an agreement with Gary Krim Inc. for CHIP grant home repair work at 814 Kimmel, the amount of $15,980, also non-general. And F is an addendum to Travis Systems Inc. contract for a one roof spec writing software package for an additional document module add-on in the amount of $1,699, also non-general.
Okay, thank you. G, recycling, Lou.
Good morning, Commissioners. How are you?
Good.
G is our agreement with Nexstar Broadcasting to provide advertising services for our special waste collection events that we're going to have this year. And this handles at least 3 channels, KBN, YTV, and Fox.
Okay, thank you. H, sanitary, and I, sanitary.
H is an agreement with Roller Reprographic Services, Inc. to provide maintenance on our large format Canon plotter for 3 years in the estimated amount of $3,672, non-general. And letter I is an agreement with Industrial Treatment Technologies, Inc. to provide preventative maintenance service on the pressure swing adsorption unit, PSA skid turnaround at the Meander wastewater treatment plant for 2 years and the estimated amount of $30,680, non-general.
Okay, thank you, Tara. And J, veteran services.
Good morning.
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. This is a license agreement for use of the property. One of our offices granted to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs Vet Center located in Mayfield Heights. The mental health counselor will come to our office twice per month, perhaps more depending on her casework, to conduct readjustment counseling services. And this agreement at no cost runs until August 31st of 2026.
Okay, thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Number 3, agreements A through J. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second, roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Number 1, resolutions additions. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second, roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Number 2, record of bids. A.
Commissioners, this is record of bids for our residential household hazardous waste collection here from Mahoning County. We received those bids. We are currently evaluating and will return with a recommendation in short order.
Okay, thank you. Number 2, record of bids. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second, roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Number 3, resolutions. A, commissioners on B.
Commissioner, item A is a resolution approving the appointment of Alan L. Landfree to the full-time position of Director of Facilities Management.
Okay. Engineers, D, B and C and D.
B is a resolution approving the release of claims for a settlement of $1,265 to Gene Sudamac for an incident on South Bailey Road in August of 2021. C is a resolution approving a road weight limit updated from 17 ton to state legal and amend the county classification of county and township highways for maximum load capacities. This is in reference to the Western Reserve resurfacing project that was done some years ago and received federal funding for, and it should have been changed back at that time and hadn't been. So we're just kind of bringing everything up to date, how it should be. And D is a resolution approving moral obligation payment of $350 to Jeswald Auto Towing for emergency towing of fleet vehicle number 83.
Thanks, Rick. E, Law Library. Susan,
She's on.
Law Library, anyone here?
No.
No. Or do you want to, Jimmy?
Either one.
Jimmy, you want to take it?
Sure. This is a resolution approving the County Law Library Board to enter into an agreement with SpringShare LLC for access to LibGuides in the estimated amount of $1,499. It's a service that they use.
You know what, can I ask a question? Did they ever have flooring restored up there to the original
They have, yes.
tile?
And that led to others wanting to do the same.
Really?
Yes.
I can't believe they ever, I mean, back in the day, they did that, but I just can't believe they ever would have covered that beautiful.
Yes.
I mean, those were all placed, they're this big.
Yeah, the terrazzo.
I don't know how the
Beautiful.
heck they,
We're reclaiming when we can.
oh, good, good to hear that. Number 3, resolutions A through E. Do I hear a motion?
So moved?
Second, roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Okay, that concludes the business portion of our meeting. We already gave Bill Whitaker the resolution from the 3 of us, the board. And is there no elected officials on there that need to say anything? Lou, do you need to update us on anything with the green team?
No, actually, I'm just, I'm happy that we were able to name someone for facilities because I'll be working with them very, very, very soon.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. He'll need training. Anthony, you have anything?
No, just, Bill, thank you for your compassion and what you do and what you've done with your program and all the people that you work with, especially the families and those that need your services. And then secondly, it's, as you all see on TV, Ukraine's being pummeled. But I tell you what, I have much more appreciation of their president and their people's will to protect their democracy. They've actually taken out Russian planes, Russian tanks. They're arming the citizens of their country, so which why I'm a big believer in the Second Amendment. If you want to learn about the Constitution, watch what's going on in Ukraine. I pray for it to stop. And I pray for those who's lost people, their families. We have families here that have families over there who have actually been killed. It's bad. It needs to stop. And I think there should be other things to do in life than go over there and invade and bomb and kill people. Putin needs to go. And it's just sickening to have to watch it on TV.
True.
Here we go again.
Well, how true is that?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so true.
sick.
I mean, this guy is just ruthless with his own people now are turning on him. 5,000 of them are in jail because they protested this crazy war that he's just, my God, I don't know where he came from. How does he treat his wife and kids if he's doing this to his citizens? I mean, I better shut up while I'm ahead of the game.
God's gonna deal with him.
But anyway, our prayers are for the Ukraine and everybody that's involved in this war. We surely don't want it here, so we have to pray that somewhere down the road this ends soon. Anyway, Bill, good luck. Keep us posted on the April event. We'd love to be there. And thank the Attorney General for sending you to give us some updates. We're happy to hear they're going to be giving some of the funding to our police. And Mr. Bellish, to your family and all the families that have lost people in the last week. We pray for them as well. Hearing nothing else, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So move. To adjourn?
Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. And our next meeting is March 10th, right here in the boardroom. So thank you all for coming. Stay safe.